Welcome to the first ever PNN podcast. My name is Jason Lee. I'm director of the Panther News Network here at Smith Station High School, and podcasts are something new that we're bringing to our program here in 2018, and the purpose of it is to be able to get a little bit more detailed with news and information that we need to get out to our students, faculty, and community members here in Smith Station. And these podcasts throughout the year will be hosted by myself or PNN members that we have in our program, and it's something we're all excited about, and we're going to be able to cover community events and some of the feeder schools in Smith Station as well. And today we're pleased to be joined by Coach Adam Johnson and Shana Johnson, new athletic directors named recently here at Smith Station High School. And we thank you both for being here with us. And Adam, let's start with you. You're not a newcomer to Smith Station High School, just a different title. Give us just a little bit about your coaching background and your background here at Smith Station.
I'm from the area. I went to school in Phoenix City. Got out of school. My first coaching job was in Columbus, Georgia. And I was there for 3 years, and when I started, thinking about it, I had young children, and I didn't want to be somewhere on Friday nights or somewhere, in a different place where my kids were going to be. So we started looking around and trying to find somewhere to, see where we would fit in the best. And actually, Smith Station was the last place I went to. Just coming from Phoenix City, it is what it is. And, I walked on campus and actually met with Coach Holliday. Trey Holliday was the AD then. Walked on campus, looked around, met some of the kids, and realized, all right, this is where we got to be. And we've been here ever since. I've had 2 kids graduate from here, and my baby's a senior right now. So this is where we are.
And Shana, you're also not a newcomer to Smith Station High School. In fact, moving up just in the department. So you've had a lot of administrative duties and assistant athletic director this past year. So moving up. So will you talk about your background a little bit and then how we've split things this year with you and Adam taking over?
Sure. I'm actually originally from Troy, and I came to this area to go to Auburn and, just kind of stayed up here around the Auburn area. When I graduated from Auburn, my first job was at Notasulga High School, where I coached softball and basketball for 5 years. And then I came to Smith's in 2005. Actually came here for a head coaching job for girls basketball. But during my time coaching here, I've coached a little bit of everything. I've coached basketball, I've coached softball, tennis, volleyball, just a wide variety of different sports. And I think it was about 4 years ago, I moved up into the role of assistant athletic director, and then of course this year moved on to athletic director. Really this year I think the biggest change you'll see is the split between the girls and boys. I'll be primarily over the girls, and Adam Johnson will be primarily over the boys. But we'll still be working together, of course, on many different aspects of it, but that'll be the biggest difference this year.
All right, and as Shana said, we'll be split this year. So, Adam, you'll take over the boys, and Shana will have the girls. So, Adam, let me come back to you. Talk about some goals and expectations you have this year for the boys' sports. And I know that we're not really changing everything, is looking at the good things and maybe putting your own hand on some of the things on the boys' athletics. So, talk a little bit about the boys' side.
Like Coach Johnson said, we're doing this thing together. That's one thing we first found out about how this was going to go down. We were the first call we made to each other and make sure we're going to be on the same page. And but as far as what we're expecting out of our guys' teams, we had a great spring. Baseball, soccer, and even on the ladies' side, softball, soccer. We want to springboard off of them and kind of ride that wave into the fall. We're looking to establish some things. We're blessed to be in a situation where we've got great kids, we've got a great community, we've got great leaders here at Smith Station. It's time to take those things and move on to the next level. Establish a culture where everybody's on the same page, nobody's pulling against each other, and just take this thing on to the top.
All right, and Coach, on the women's side, the girls' side of the sports, we've had very successful seasons the last couple in just about all the girls' sports. And like we said, you're not just new to the head position here within the athletic department. So talk about some things from the girls' side that we may see some changes or maybe just working together a little bit more, some plans that you have.
First of all, I'd like to say that we have some great coaches here at Smith Station High School, and that starts with the head coaches, and it filters down through the assistant coaches. So I think like you said, just kind of piggybacking on the success that they've had, and basically letting them know that myself and Adam both we're here to help them, and hopefully this year and moving forward, like Adam said, we can have a little bit more unity and transparency in the department, and all come together as one athletic department.
All right, and Adam, final question for you is, let's say you've got a kid in the 7th grade right now in the athletic department. What message would we have for that kid on what should they expect 7 through 12 as far as coaches, expectations in the classroom and the field, and quite honestly, keeping that kid all grades all the way through Smith Station High School?
One thing we got to do is reestablish the pride in our program, in our community, and our everything we've got going on here. Many factors have come into different situations where that's kind of fallen by the wayside. It's still, the roots are still here. The foundation was laid a long time ago. We got get that 7th grader, and let's go beyond there. Let's talk to the elementary school kids and understand that Smith Station is a great place to be, and it's more than just athletics. We want our athletes to succeed. We want our programs to do well, but at the same time, we got kids doing a lot more than that. For example, we had a couple of kids enter the service last year. DeAndre went into the Navy, and Harrelson went into the Navy, the Naval Academy. And those are things we got to reckon. We got to, let everybody know what's going on. But as far as expectation, we're going to work hard. We're going to try to. We are going to do what's right, and we're going to do our best to put those kids in a situation where they can succeed.
All right, Shana, final question for you. Tell us, I know that since you guys have been named here about a month or so, maybe a little bit less, there's been a lot of support from coaches, athletes, parents, community. So say a couple things about that and maybe how the community can get involved or some things coming up that the community can see from our athletic department.
Yes, I think we've both seen a lot of support from not only the community at large, but the parents and the coaches and the athletes. Everybody's pretty much, reached out, and I think they're accepting to change. I know Coach Paysinger was here a long time, and she did a fabulous job. But when there's change, there's always the expectation of things being different, and I don't think things are going to be too different, but just different people at the head. So, on that note, I think you'll see, a few things different. We're going to, hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to open up a team store that'll be available on our website where anybody in the community can go on that team store and order Smith Station apparel. I know that's one thing that people ask us about is ordering sweatshirts, t-shirts, polos, things like that, and all that'll be available. So just look for that on our Smith Station website. And that'll be through a company called BSN, and they should be able to get the product fairly quick that way.
And definitely an exciting time to be a Smith Station Panther. A lot of great things going on in our athletic department right now. And Friday night will be the first football game, but the athletic department gets kicked off tomorrow night, Thursday, with the cross-country team hosting the Panther Stages over at the cross-country and track complex at Smith Station High School, right across from the campus of Smith Station Freshman Center, for those of you that are not familiar. And then next week, our volleyball team will be kicking off their 2018 action as they will travel to Hanley, and the week after they will have their first home game. So we encourage all Panther fans, come out, not only support your football team on Friday nights, but also all of your athletic teams who are playing not only this fall, but in the winter and the spring seasons coming up as well. And that will conclude our first PNN podcast. If you have any recommendations or comments, please comment below on all of our social medias. PNN has a Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We would love to hear feedback and any recommendations you have of topics or interviews that you would like to hear from school or community members, and we may be able to cover those on future PNN podcasts throughout the year. So join us again next time.